Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. I am Old Man 102. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to FS25 working in Giants Editor on the new Forex maps. I think this is actually going to be a pretty large field. Now I think we're going to go, let me turn my speed down a little bit. We're going to go a nice, Ooh, hold on. Why can't I turn my camera? Okay, that was a bit weird. I just lost everything. All right. I think we're going to go 2 square edges and then a little bit of a weird shape. Now I do over here. Let's grab. Yeah, so let's grab. Let me turn my camera around this way. Yeah, so let's grab texture round, go forest ground US, forest grass, is that what we were putting in? I think so. Want to make a little bit of a obstacle for us over here. How come you switched? Boy, that was weird. Why am I not getting? I don't know how it switched to foliage. A little bit of a foresty area here to break this field up. This way we won't paint in that area. Yeah, and then probably throw another one over this area. Something in here as well. And then we'll definitely be putting some trees along this back edge. So I want to leave space back here as well. I may actually cut this into 2 fields. I think it's going to be a big area. Yeah, I still got to mess with the map borders. But just go something like that for now. Alright, maybe not. By the time we cut it up a little bit here and there, we'll be fine. Alright, so let's go foliage, square, terrain detail, cultivated. Now I do want to leave room. Probably somewhere in there. Get the 2 square edges done. And then we'll work on, yeah, I've got the map. I'll probably do a lot of the map border work off camera. I'm just going to have to play with it. Figure out exactly where I want to run it. Or how high I want it, I should say. We can make one big field here and then cut it in half as well. We'll see. We'll see how this plays out. I've done that before. Leave room for implements to turn around and then a row of trees. That should be fine. Let's head over this way. How far over? Yeah, I'll leave room for trees. All right. I'll go over a little bit further. No, let's leave room for trees. All right, now here's where we can go a little bit crazy. Again, we'll clean up the edges. We'll even do a little bump out here. Got a little bit too close. Come over this way. And around. I may break this up to 2 fields. Yeah, I'm gonna like that much better. Now let's just clean some of these edges up a little bit. All right, now let's try and round this up a little bit better. There we go. Sometimes you just can't get that peak the way you want it. Actually, let's take it out. There we go. And then we will go more of a foresty area here, maybe even a destructible rock area with some trees around it. All right, now how do we look here? All right, so this is square along here, we're square along here. Yeah, that's fine. Now, bring this out a little bit more and curve it back in. Yeah. Get your right click and left click crap together today, old man. All right. So let's come down here. And we will do a save. First save is always the longest. Well, that in terrain height changes. Did that save? It did save. Let's just do another one to be sure. Now, gameplay fields. Field 5 has a lot of points. I'm going to duplicate that one. And we will call it field 6. You will go here. So we need an entrance into here. Well, since we got a road coming in here, let's do a field entrance over this way. So dirt is somewhere in here. All right, so there we go. You should also be 0.0. So this is going to be a little bit easy. Is we had a nice straight shot. So you become 0.1. And then we work our way around. a little bit. Got to clean up yet anyway. So 0.8. Where was 25? That's good. Yeah, that's good. Oh, square fields are so much easier. we start at? Oh, that corner. All right, we got a ways to go. We do a quick save. Grab a sip of coffee. Was 60. That'll work. All right, now let's straighten this up a little bit. I think we started on that corner. I don't know. Yeah, we did. All right. God damn it. Damn it. No, you're messed up. And then that should be 0.0. So from 21 down, I will not need. Yep, so I still need 20. Right, so they can be deleted out. So 120 and then 0 should be there. And then the name we can put there. Teleport node right there. Why does that keep turning off? I have no idea. So that's going to be field 6. Let's do a save. Let me grab my notebook on this map build. Oh, I gotta swap around my notebooks from YouTube. Okay, so field 05 has the most points, and that's the one I want to duplicate. It's easier to take them out than it is to add them in. So field 5 has the most points for me to use. So let's get the points in this one as well, and then we'll do the farmlands and the grass and the trees and all that happy stuff. Alright, let's put the entrance back here. So let's go texture, just square it up, it'll be a little bit easier. Yeah, about that width, a little bit wider probably. Yeah, something like that. Alright, so I'll take field 5 and let's duplicate it and we'll make it field 7. And then we'll go edit, interactive placement, bam, so that should also be 0.0. It is, so we got a straight shot down here. So you become 1. And then we got a straight shot to about here. And then the fun begins. Come on. Sometimes my clicky doesn't work. I may need a new battery for my mouse. Or it's just starting to get wore out. Alright, I see a bald spot out there I want to fill in. Where was 39? Alright, that'll work. I need to go cultivated. There we go. $49. Where was 40? Where was 50? That'll work. I'm going to square this edge up a little bit, just to make it a little bit easier. Let's come back here. There we go. All right, so you were 54. Put 55 here. We can go 56 up here. And then I do a quick save, grab a sip of coffee. Okay, 64. Yep. And that should be 0.0, so I don't need anything from 90 down. Oh crap, what happened to 90? Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't need 90, sorry, crap. I need 89. All right, now, so name indicator. Let's get you over that way a little bit closer to the center, and then teleport node. Put you about there. All right, sweet. Let's do a save. So now we have fields 6 and 7 defined. We got to get the farmlands in. And we're going to go with, well, we'll start off with square. I'll probably end up changing it to round. All right, so field 6 and 7. So I'm going to need farmlands 6 and 7 turned on. No. All right, so your grandpa, you need to be helper. And then you could be farmer. We wanted to turn the price down a little bit. All right, so then we're going to go info. Let's start with square. We need farmlands 6. Did we not take that one all the way to the road? I don't think we did. So that would have been farmland. Oh, hang on. That would have been farmland 5. Yeah, oh yeah, we did. Let me take it up to the road up here. Just to make it a little bit easier over here. So farmland 6, we can butt up against that one. I'm not going to be really neat along that edge because we'll clean it up when we do that next field. When we do this farmland, we'll clean that edge up. And we want to be about halfway across the water. that'll work. So that should be farmland 6. So farmland 7 will be off the edge of the map. And we want to go to the water. Let's switch it over to round. Alright, so that's the farmlands in. Let's come up here. So let's turn this off so I don't accidentally paint the wrong farmland in. Let's do another quick save. Now, where are our destructible rocks? So let's duplicate that. We got to call it 03, and we got to go into user attributes, and it's going to be group ID 3. And we'll throw some in here. Come on, where'd it go? There we go. And then down here, we will duplicate that. We will call it 04. It's going to be group ID 4. Alright, just to have you have something to take down. Now I want some of the larger trees. Actually, I want to do something a little bit different back here. So let me go to trees used. I'm going to create another. I'm just going to duplicate that so I have a spare. Come on. Control D. There we go. just going to call it field. So I just want to grab something a little bit different. I want to grab one of these guys. I'm going to duplicate that one. Now, is it down? It's up. I'm going to go edit, cut, and paste. I'm also going to grab the smaller one. Let's duplicate that. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. So it's going to give me 2 of those. And then I'm going to grab, let's grab you as well. So let me duplicate that one. Let's go edit, cut, and paste. And then let's grab, do I want the tall skinny one? Let's grab one of these. Duplicate that. Alright, where'd you go? Let me go edit, cut, and paste. And then let's grab one of the skinny ones. Go edit, cut, and paste. It's going to give us a couple different trees to use. So let's close that. Let's close that. Let's close that. All right. So for now, I'm going to drop them here. Why? So this is going to be our random trees now. I want to leave this area open for now because we're going to build something in there. So now I need to bring our trees up along the road. So let's grab you, duplicate it, and I'll slide it back. Yeah, we'll start about here. And we'll fill those in. Well, I could fill part of this in. Yeah, we could. Makes it a little bit easier. And we'll edit that one because it'll be blocking the road. Let's bring a full one up. And we'll just get rid of you. We'll call this group edited. Alright, so we'll grab this one. Oh crap, I didn't put the grass in. It's much easier without. Let me slide you down a minute. Yeah, let me slide you down a minute, because it's much easier to get the grass in before the trees. So let me do a quick save. Alright, foliage, meadow, harvest ready, limit texture 2, grass. And we'll start you off with square. Just take you out to the road. Yeah, it's much easier to put the grass in without the trees in the way. What do I do? What do I want to do with the? Let's let the forest ground go for now. So we'll just paint in the grass. We'll just paint on the grass texture for now. So I want to mess with trees. And I'll probably just paint that in separate. And then we'll fix that area up when we do that field. Nope, missed a gap there. That's why I'd rather change to the round brush, but we're going to have to come right back to square. And I could probably go to round for a little bit. Yeah, we can go to round for a little bit, make it easier. I'm going to mess around with the trees here, and then I can make them invisible. And then we'll paint the grass in on top of the forest ground. Now, the only thing I didn't test those big sequoia trees to see if any of the tree harvesters will cut them. All right, so let's get, before we get into the trees, let's go foliage. Let's turn off, oop, not that one. Turn off limit texture to grass. We're going to go water, plants. And we're going to grab our cattails. A little bit of grass on the bridge. That'll work. All right, sometimes you got to get a different camera angle. All right, we'll come back to that section when we put the grass in. And then the same thing here. All right, we'll do another quick save. So let's grab this guy. Just change things up a little bit. I'm going to go Control B and make him free floating. Throw one about there. None of them are floating right now. All right. Then we'll grab this guy. So I want a few of these. Well, let me pull that one back out a minute. Let me grab this one, this one. Just stick one out there for now because I'm going to grab that one. And I'm going to grab the taller one. Well, the fatter one. Get some of those in. And then let me grab this one. Yeah. And then we'll grab this one. Throw one over there on the end. Now fill this side in. Let's grab this one. Now we'll grab one of the bigger ones. Duplicate that. Alright, we'll get that grouping in. Yeah, now over here, let's get our trees along the road next. And we'll finish trees around the field. Alright, so we're going to come back to this one. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. Oh, excuse me. And then we don't want it running off the edge of the map, so we're going to call it short. Because now we start deleting the trees. So you can go, you can go, you can go, you can go. And then these we're just going to, I could put you right there, that's fine. Slide that one down a bit. Slide that one down a bit. Slide that one down a bit. Then we can get into this field. Alright. So it takes care of the ones on this side. And then I'm going to actually leave that there. You can break up the rock around it if you want. So let's grab, which one do I want? Let's grab the shorter sequoia. I'm going to duplicate that. Let's go edit, and we'll bring it over here. You can break up the rocks around these. And then we'll grab you. And we'll, oh, come on. Stick you there. Well, I actually want a couple of you. Just go Control B. Now, what do I want to put between this field? Let's grab that one. If you want to merge these two fields together, you're going to have to work for it a little bit. Now, along the back, I actually want that up. Do I want to go, we're going to go 2 different trees along the back. I'm going to grab this one, I think it is. Oh, come on. Pain. Yeah, I want to get a row of them along here. No, I actually want to grab it's this one. Yeah. Let's grab that one. And now I want to grab just another row of them in here, just to break up the back border of the map. So I left a little bit of extra grass back there. And then we'll clean, and we'll go across there to clean that up eventually. Were you floating? No, you're not floating. Alright, so that takes care of those two edges. Now over here, I kind of want to do that's almost that same thing. Let's grab that shorter sequoia, yeah. We duplicate that one. Yeah, we'll get a few along here. Actually, I may make this one just a grouping of these, just to break it up a little bit. Alright, so now I can grab, which tree do I want along the water? Well, I want two different trees actually. Let's grab this one. I'm going to duplicate that one, so let's grab that one first. We're going to go edit. Let's just get it over here. Then we go free, oh, come on, Control B, and we get a free floating. It's nice and skinny. I can put it along here. And then it won't interfere with your vehicles. And then we'll take the bigger one and we'll put it along here. So I want this one again. Duplicate it. And we go edit interactive placement, and we go Control B, it's free floating. And then we get some trees along here. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So we'll go edit interactive placement. Throw it there a minute. And then we'll fill in, we'll fill that gap in eventually. Alright, so I think that's all the trees around the field. So let me do this. Let's shrink all these down. And we'll go trees, let's go, let's turn them invisible for a minute. And now we can go back to foliage. We're going to go meadow, harvest ready. And then we'll fill in where the forest ground is. Ah, damn it. I hate when it doesn't turn off and then I go to move my mouse so I can turn the camera and then it erases a whole friggin' line. Alright, so we got to come back and paint the lilies in. Come on. I swear my click's not working. Like, I'm getting like every other click. Time for a new mouse, I think. Alright, let's get this section. So I gotta be careful along the road. because I don't have it limited to any texture. Alright, and that should take care of that. And then let's get the water lilies real quick before we turn the trees back on. So now we go back to water plants. And we'll get these put back in. So you can throw some around there. If you want to take the destructible rocks out, you're going to have to work for it. Alright, should be good. So let's turn the trees back to visible. And then this section should be done. 2 more fields in. I actually like that. Let's do a save. Let's head back here. Let's fix this area up back here. So let's go back to texture, square. Let's just go around, be done with it. And we're going to go back to forest. Change it up a little. We can go forest leaves. Not really going to see it anyway. Just get this back part of the border done. Damn it, wrong one. Do I want to put something there? I don't know. It's going to be way out on the edge of the map. And I think we'll just make it grass. So let me just get, wrong one again, texture. Just get some forest ground along here. And then, so we're going to bring those trees across. I think I'm just going to leave this grass and we'll paint it. It'll be part of this farmland. Yeah. Alright, and then for now, just to make it a little bit easier, actually no, I'm not done with the forest leaves yet. So let us do, let's come over here. We'll clean that edge up in a minute. Well, let's do like a grouping of trees in here. Let's break this field up a little bit. And then we'll throw some trees in between these 2 fields as well. Oh, wrong one. Alright, so that'll take care of some foresty bits for that field. And then what do I want to do here? Let's break this corner up a little bit as well. So let's go back to round. Yeah, I want to break this corner up a little bit. Just so we're not all water. So we'll stick a grouping of trees in there. Kind of across from that one. And then, alright, so can I do texture limit? I can. So let's go limit texture to grass. Nope, wrong one. And I want to get just some forest ground along here. And then I think that should be good. Let's finish this border up. Alright, so let's go. It's all forest ground so far it is. Well, we're not gonna mess with this. Go foliage. I'm gonna go meadow. Harvest ready, and we'll bring the trees and water plants in just to get that border done before we get into the field. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. Come on, turn off. So we got to try and be neater across where the butts up to the road. There we go. So let's grab you. Really not going to be able to get back here anyway. And then we'll grab you. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm just going to slide it over here. And then we'll go Control B just to make it free floating. And then do I want to... we're going to have trees along this road. I'm just going to leave that open for now. So that takes care of that. Let me just get the water plants on this back edge for now. So let's go water plants. Let's go. I like the large ones. I just like the cattails. I know there's other water plants. I just like the cattails. All right, so that takes care of the back map border. So you now become a field. So let me close these trees for now. And we will do a save. All right, now I think we're gonna go square along the road and then we'll get crazy with this field. So let's go foliage, terrain detail, cultivated, square. I like to go about a good length in because we want to leave room for some trees, and then I want to leave room for grass around this watery area. And now let's get crazy. So we will change it to round. This could be a pretty big field. Probably go straight along this side if I wanted to, but we'll make it all kind of curvy. Alright, so, and then we'll come back and clean up the edges. This is just roughing it in. Oh, something like that. Let's get a little bit of grass. Can we get, no, because I'm on terrain detail. So we got to get the grass. We'll get the grass out of the field when we're painting that corner up. Alright, so now let's clean up the edges a little bit. Actually look pretty good along there. You look pretty good along there. U. Make it a little bit easier to put the points in. Can I fill that in? I can. Oh, come on, not the one I want. No, no, no. Uh-oh. Ooh. I didn't think I was going to be able to shut that off. Clean up this curve. Let's clean up this curve. Oh, Giants and their square points. All right, you look good there. Let's bring that. There we go. Actually, that looks pretty good along here. Well, I got a little bit of a funky swing going on here. Let's bring that in. All right, we're good, we're good, we're good. Round up that corner, and then we're straight down to this corner. All right, that actually looks pretty good. So let me do a save. No, we don't have the field points in yet. Now, the same thing down here. Do I want to put a no, let's just let's not mess with it. All right, so let's go back to square for a minute, and we get you in off the road about here. Oop. Pushed it out a little bit further. There we go. All right, now we'll clean this. We'll come back and clean the corners up, and like we did with the last one. So let's go round, and we'll come in around here, kind of sort of like this. And we'll bring you around. Oop, not that far. See where we want to go with it. Yeah, so let's come from this. Again, we'll clean that corner up. something like this. Yeah, not too bad. A little bit closer to the water than I wanted to on this side. We'll just have to put some of the skinny trees along here. Let's go to this corner and see what the edges look like. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Let's clean up. Let's clean that up. Now here, we can either bring it in a little bit or take it out a little bit. So I'm thinking we come in here, we do a small indentation. You look good along here. Get a little wonky right there. Can I bring... Yeah. I think I'm going to square this up a little bit. It'll make it easier to get the points in. Bring this edge out. Just to make it easier to get the points in. And I want to square this corner up. There we go. That actually looks pretty good as well. So we got field points to put in for these two fields, all the foliage, trees and stuff. Then we have an entire square done. So the home farm square will be done, and then the very first large square will be done. And I think we're going to work on this area over here next. Alright, so we have field points to put in. But I'm about 2 hours in, and I've got to get, it's Christmas Eve, and I've got to get some other household stuff done. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to call it here for now. I'll come back with another episode. I am Old Man 102. Please smash that like and subscribe on your way out, and have an awesome day.